Cameron Smith is one of the most iconic golfers in the world, with a putting style so unique, even the best of the best would do anything to achieve it. But where does Cam come from? How did he become so famous, and what's the secret behind his perfect putt? See, Cameron Smith, the golfer from Brisbane, Australia, has a story that starts on the fairways of Wantima Country Club. Born in Brisbane and raised in Bray Park, he went to Pine River State High School, just a regular kid from down under. At the tender age of 2, Cam teed off for the first time, thanks to his dad Des, who is not only a printer, but also the club captain at Wantima Country Club. His mom Sharon worked at the local department store, and he had a sister named Mel. Cam's parents had a plan for their young golfer. They believed golf would keep him away from the skate parks and malls that could lead him astray. So with their encouragement, he swung his way into the sport. By the time he was 16, Cameron Smith was jetting off to golf tournaments, not just in Australia but all the way across the Pacific to America, representing his homeland on the international stage. But for all the glitz and glamour of a globe-trotting golf career, Cameron still holds dear to his old mates from Brisbane. Every chance he gets, he's hanging out with them, just like the good old days. Nowadays, Smith calls Jacksonville, Florida his home base, and he's got a trusty dashing companion named Kendrick. When he's not on the greens, he's tinkering with cars and cherishing moments with his family and friends. And as for retirement plans, well, he's got his sights on something cozy. A coffee shop, a place where he can kick back, just like he enjoys watching the Brisbane Broncos, his favorite Australian rugby side. That's about as much as we know about his life and family, so it's time to start talking about his career. His journey in the world of golf wasn't always at the top. It was more like a slow and steady climb up the mountain of excellence. Back in 2016, if you had checked the official World Golf Ranking, you'd have found Cam sitting at number 114. It wasn't the glamorous spot he aspired to be in, but he didn't give up. Year after year, he worked on his game and the results began to show. Cam had his strengths and weaknesses. He wasn't known for his smashing drives down the fairway. In fact, his driving was below average. His long iron shots were just okay, nothing to write home about. But when it came to this short game, he was elite, like a wizard with a putter in his hands. In 2021, something magical happened. Cam suddenly became a putting sensation, making more than 90% of his putts between 3 and 6 feet. It was a feat he hadn't achieved since 2015. On top of that, he gained nearly 0.6 strokes per round on the greens, putting him on the top 10 in that category. It was like he had a magic wand for putting instead of a golf club. But the real breakthrough came with his wedges. Before 2021, he was never among the top 25 in proximity to the hole from 100 to 125 yards or from 125 to 150 yards. Then, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, he ranked first in proximity between 100 and 125 yards, and 8th between 125 and 150 yards. It was a colossal leap forward, with his putting and short approach play reaching new heights. Cam had his best season by a long shot, gaining 1.1 strokes per round on the field. It was more than 0.6 strokes better than his second best season. He was on fire, setting the golfing world ablaze with his skill. But every hero has a weakness, and for Cam, it was his driving ability. Year after year, he struggled with accuracy off the tee and was just about average in terms of distance. It was like he had a kryptonite when it came to driving, yet he knew the importance of gaining distance. It wasn't just about hitting the ball farther, it was about having options. Think of it like an NFL quarterback reading the defense and changing the play to increase their chances of success. Optionality was the name of the game, and Cam understood it, so he put in the work. After the RSM Classic in the fall, he made a conscious effort to improve his driving, and it paid off. At the driver-heavy Century Tournament of Champions, he rose to the top of the leaderboard in strokes gained off the tee. He outdrove some of the best in the game, like Jon Rahm, at a surprising rate. It was a game changer. He added another feather to his cap by winning the Zurich Classic of New Orleans for the second time. This time, he partnered with his fellow countryman, Mark Leishman, and together they triumphed in a thrilling playoff over Louis Oosthuizen and Charles Schwartzel. It was a sweet taste of victory, but the road wasn't always paved with gold. Cam also represented Australia in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, competing in the men's competition in July and August 2021. He played his heart out, shooting a remarkable 66 in the 3rd and 4th rounds. Yet, despite his best efforts, he finished in 10th place, just shy of medal contention. In January of 2022, something unexpected happened for Cam. He won the 2022 Century Tournament of Champions in Hawaii at the Kapalua Resort on Maui. It was a historic moment as he shot a PGA Tour record of 34 under par, beating the previous record set by Ernie Els in 2003. He clinched victory by just one stroke, edging out the world's #1 golfer, Jon Rahm. But that wasn't the end of Cam's incredible year. In March, he conquered the Player Championship at TPC Sawgrass. It was a nail-biting finish as he hit his second shot on the final hole into the water, but Cam showed nerves of steel, managing to make a bogey and finish one stroke ahead of Anirban Lahiri. And then came July, a month that would change his life forever. Cam won his first major championship at the prestigious Open Championship held at the historic Old Course at St. Andrews. He shot a final round 64, coming from 4 strokes behind to claim victory. He finished 1 shot ahead of Cameron Young and 2 ahead of joint third-round leader Rory McIlroy. It was a dream come true for the Aussie golfer. But the journey had its bumps. In August, during the FedEx Cup playoffs, Cam battled a troublesome hip injury and had to sit out the BMW Championship. It was a tough moment, but he didn't let it define his year. At the end of the PGA Tour season, Cam's incredible achievements didn't go unnoticed. He was honored with the PGA Player of the Year award, a testament to his exceptional skills and dedication to the game. And then in November, he added another trophy to his collection by winning the Fortinet Australian PGA Championship for the 3rd time. It was a homecoming of sorts for Cam, showcasing his dominance in Australian golf. But there was a twist in Cam's story in August 2022. After the Tour Championship, it was revealed that he had joined LIV Golf, a move that had been rumored since his triumph at the Open. Cam kept everyone guessing, neither confirming nor denying the speculations. His journey with LIV Golf got off to an impressive start. In Boston, he finished in a tie for 4th, with Dustin Johnson emerging as the winner in a thrilling 3-man playoff. But Cam wasn't done. In his second start, he showed his class, scoring rounds of 66, 68, and 69 to finish on 13 under par. He won by 3 shots, leaving previous winner Dustin Johnson and Peter Erline in his wake. Cam's earnings from his first 4 starts with LIV Golf surpassed a whopping $5 million. Now, Cam's got an all-around game that's solid, but what sets him apart from the pack? Well, it's his putting. And it's something special. You see, Cam's putting has always been his secret weapon, and many folks consider him one of the best in the world. He proved that when he snagged his major title at St. Andrews. During the second round, he set a record with a jaw-dropping 255 feet of putts made. That's like sinking a putt from the length of a football field. But what's his secret sauce when it comes to putting? It's a mix of confidence, intuition, and visualization. Cam's not one for the traditional putting routine of reading the green and taking practice strokes. Nope, he relies on his gut feeling and visualizes the ball sinking into the hole. He's got this unwavering belief that the ball is going in every time he putts, and that's a big part of his success. He uses a bit of aim point and traditional green reading techniques, but here's the twist. He relies on his feet to feel the green, and it's a bit like magic. He spends extra time on the green, trying to see the ball rolling into the hole, almost like a mental movie playing in his head. Now Cam makes putting sounds as easy as riding a bike. For him, the key is to have the exact same setup before every putt, to lock in that consistency. He uses a training aid, a putting mirror. It helps him ensure that his setup is identical every time he's out on the golf course. So if you're a golfer struggling with swing thoughts, tension, or anxiety on the putting green, maybe it's worth trying Cam's approach. Trust your pre-shot process, lock in your setup, and visualize that ball going in the hole. It's like Cam says, I take a really long look at the hole before I putt and just see that ball dripping over the edge and just hit it. And evidently, his strategies do wonders.